As one cycle ends and another begins, you have a choice. You can carry your old self into the new year, repeating the same loops, the same struggles, the same limitations. Or you can leave it behind, right now. If you opened this video, something inside you already knows that the old version of yourself is ready to die. Not physically, but energetically. And that knowing, that is not coming from your mind. It is coming from your quantum field, calling you toward your highest timeline. Right now, as you are listening to this, there is an invisible force field around you. It is keeping you trapped in the same patterns, the same thoughts, the same version of yourself that you have been carrying for years. And here is what most people don't understand about quantum physics and consciousness. This field isn't just in your mind. It is literally encoded in the fabric of your reality at a subatomic level. Have you ever noticed how the harder you try to change, the more you seem to stay exactly the same? Have you ever wondered why some people can completely transform their lives in an instant, while others struggle for decades with the same issues? The answer lies in something that quantum physicists call observer collapse, but what the ancient mystics knew as the death of the false self. But here is where it gets mysterious. There is a specific moment, and I am talking about a measurable scientific moment, where your consciousness literally shifts dimensions, where the old you, with all its limitations and patterns, begins to dissolve at the quantum level. And in that dissolution, something extraordinary happens. The universe itself starts to reorganize around the new you that is emerging. Most people never experience this shift because they are doing exactly the opposite of what quantum mechanics tells us is necessary. They are trying to add new habits to the old self. They are trying to improve the old identity. They are trying to upgrade the old programs. But what if I told you that this approach is like trying to tune a radio to a new station while keeping the old frequency playing at the same time? The mystics of Tibet have a phrase: you cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. Modern neuroscience has proven this ancient wisdom. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research shows that when we truly let go of our old identity, our brain literally rewires itself in real time. But here is what they don't tell you in the self-help books. This quantum shift doesn't happen gradually. It doesn't happen through positive thinking. It happens in a moment of complete surrender, what quantum physicists call quantum decoherence, where the old you literally stops existing as a probability in the quantum field. Are you one of the rare souls who is ready to experience this? Because what I am about to share with you will challenge everything you think you know about change, about identity, and about the very nature of reality itself. You are about to discover why letting go isn't just a spiritual concept, it is a quantum necessity. To understand why letting go is the only path to quantum transformation, we need to journey into the deepest mysteries of consciousness. Every morning when you wake up, you are not just opening your eyes, you are collapsing infinite possibilities into a single reality. You are choosing, at a subconscious level, which version of yourself will exist in this dimension today. But here is what is happening that most people never realize. Every time you choose to be the same person you were yesterday, every time you react from the same emotional patterns, you are actively creating a probability wave collapse that locks you deeper into that particular timeline. Think about it this way. In the quantum field, all possibilities exist simultaneously. The version of you that is confident, abundant, and living your highest purpose, it exists right now in a superposition state. But so does the version of you that is stuck, fearful, and repeating the same patterns. The act of observation, your consciousness choosing which reality to experience, is what makes one possibility real and causes the others to fade into the background. The Vedic texts speak of Maya, the illusion of the separate self. Modern quantum mechanics is now proving this in laboratories. Your identity, the person you think you are, is not a fixed thing. It is a collection of repeated thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that have created neural superhighways in your brain. These grooves are so ingrained that they feel like you. But here is the revelation that changes everything. These patterns only exist because you keep choosing them. They only have power because you keep energizing them with your attention, your emotion, your identity. The moment you stop identifying with these patterns, something miraculous happens. The wave function that was holding that version of reality in place begins to decohere. The old you literally starts to dissolve, not as destruction, but as liberation. This is why every spiritual tradition talks about death and rebirth. It is not metaphorical, it is quantum mechanical. The old self must die for the new self to emerge. But here is where most people get it wrong. They think letting go means losing something. They approach it with fear, with resistance, with a sense of lack. But what if I told you that what you think is you is actually the smallest, most limited version of who you really are? What you are letting go of isn't your true self. It is the prison that has been keeping your true self hidden. What you are surrendering isn't your identity. It is the false identity. Take a moment right now. Just pause. Feel the energy that is moving through your body as you absorb these words. There is something shifting, isn't there? That is not your imagination. That is your quantum field beginning to recalibrate. What you are experiencing right now is what physicists call quantum entanglement with higher possibilities. The information you have just received isn't just entering your conscious mind, it is activating dormant potentials in your DNA. It is awakening cellular memories of who you truly are beyond the limitations you have accepted as reality. Feel that slight expansion in your chest, that gentle loosening. That is the beginning of decoherence. Your nervous system is literally beginning to attune to a higher frequency version of yourself. Ancient traditions would call this the threshold. Modern neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity activation. But what it really is, your soul remembering its true nature. Dr. Amit Goswami, quantum physicist, revealed something extraordinary. When we truly let go of our identification with old patterns, our brainwaves synchronize with what he terms the quantum self, a higher dimensional aspect of consciousness. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes the stages of consciousness between death and rebirth, bardo. These descriptions match exactly what neuroscientists are observing in brain scans during deep meditative states. Dr. Eben Alexander, the Harvard neurosurgeon, describes his journey into the core, a realm where individual identity dissolves into pure awareness. His scientific mind struggled to comprehend it, a state of being where letting go of the self led to an expansion into something infinitely larger. The ancient Sufi mystic Rumi wrote, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" What he understood is that our limited identity isn't who we are. It is who we have been conditioned to believe we are. In the Hindu tradition, moksha, liberation, doesn't come through gaining something new. It comes through releasing the illusion of separateness. Modern physicists like Carlo Rovelli are discovering that at the quantum level, separateness is indeed an illusion. Everything is one unified field of consciousness expressing itself in infinite forms. How do you know when this quantum shift is beginning to happen in your own life? The universe communicates through signs, through synchronicities, through subtle shifts. The first sign is the divine dissatisfaction. You start feeling restless. Your job might be fine, but it doesn't light you up. Your relationships might be comfortable, but they don't inspire growth. This isn't depression. It is your soul outgrowing its current container. You might notice reality glitches, number sequences 111, 333, thinking of someone right before they call, dreams that feel more real than waking life. These aren't coincidences. They are evidence that your consciousness is operating from a higher dimension. You might notice pattern amplification. Your habitual ways of thinking and reacting might become more intense, more obvious. This is the final purgation. These patterns are becoming visible so they can be released. But here is the sign that confirms you are in the deepest part of the shift. You start experiencing the dark night of the soul. Everything that used to give your life meaning feels empty. Everything you used to rely on for security feels unstable. This isn't a breakdown, it is a breakthrough. It is the caterpillar dissolving in the cocoon before emerging as a butterfly. It is the most sacred, most necessary part of the transformation process. When you truly let go of the old self, your nervous system undergoes coherent reorganization. Every system in your body begins to function at a higher level of harmony. Your stress response system recalibrates. The constant fight or flight dissolves. Your cortisol levels normalize. Your heart rate variability increases. You begin to experience a profound sense of inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Your cognitive function transforms. Your mind becomes incredibly clear, creative, and intuitive. Decision-making becomes simple, because you are aligned with your truth rather than your fears. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research shows that when we change our beliefs, we literally change which genes are expressed in our bodies. The genes associated with stress and disease become less active. The genes associated with vitality and regeneration become more active. You are not just changing your psychology, you are changing your biology. But the most profound benefit is self-realization. The direct experience of your true nature beyond all conditioning. You begin to live from beginner's mind. You stop approaching life from past wounds. You start responding from presence. Your relationships transform because you are no longer trying to get anything to complete yourself. You love from fullness. You give from abundance. Money flows more easily because you are no longer blocking it with unworthiness. Creativity explodes because you are no longer censoring your expression. But perhaps most importantly, you develop quantum trust, an unshakable faith in the intelligence of life itself. You know that letting go isn't about losing anything, it is about gaining everything. Pause for a moment. Really pause. What if everything you have been taught about growth has been backwards? What if the path to your highest potential isn't about adding more, doing more, becoming more, but about releasing, surrendering, letting go of everything that isn't authentically you? What if the struggles you have experienced have been happening because you have been trying to transform while still holding on to the very identity that needed to be released? Think about your own life. How much energy are you spending trying to manage and control circumstances while staying the same person? What would happen if you just stopped? What would happen if you just let go? Not of your responsibilities, but of the need to be who you think you are supposed to be. What if the person you are trying so hard to become is actually a smaller version of who you already are? What if beneath all the fear, there is a version of you that is already whole? This is the reality that quantum physics is pointing toward. The transformation that becomes possible the moment you stop trying to improve the false self and start allowing the true self to emerge. The caterpillar doesn't try to become a better caterpillar. It surrenders so completely that its entire being dissolves and something entirely new emerges. What if your struggles are signs that your soul is no longer willing to settle? What if this moment right now is the beginning of your own quantum shift? The only question is, are you ready to trust the process? I want to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly in the comments. What is the number one fear that keeps you holding on to your old self? Is it the fear of being alone, the fear of failure, or the fear of your own power? Name it below, because the moment you name a fear, it begins to lose its grip on you. As we reach the end, I want to leave you with something the quantum field has been whispering to you, something your soul already knows. The version of you that started watching this video is not the same as the version of you that is receiving these words right now. Something has shifted. Something has awakened. Something has been activated at a cellular level. You might not feel dramatically different yet, but your quantum field knows. The fact that you found this video, that you stayed until this moment, none of that is coincidence. Your higher self has been orchestrating this moment. The question that will echo in your consciousness is this: what if the quantum shift isn't something that is going to happen to you? What if it is something that is already happening through you? What if the old you was never real in the first place? What if who you think you are is just a temporary dream, and who you really are is the dreamer awakening? The answers aren't found in more thinking. They are found in the space of pure awareness, in the silence between thoughts. If you have stayed with me until this moment, you know that something irreversible has been set in motion. The quantum shift isn't just a concept anymore. It is a living reality. So, here is your next step. If something in this message awakened a recognition in your soul, subscribe to this channel right now, not because you are supposed to, but because something inside you knows this is your path. This is where seekers become finders, where possibilities become realities. And in the comments, tell me, what version of yourself are you ready to let die? Not to be morbid, but to be honest. What identity, what pattern, what limitation is your soul asking you to release? Name it, witness it. That is the first step to letting go. This is not just a video. This is your transition ritual. Do not drag the old story into the new year. Comment below, I am entering the new cycle free. The old you must die for the true you to be born. And that death, it is not an ending. It is the most beautiful beginning. Welcome to your quantum awakening. Welcome to Quantum Core.